Alright. Here's another one of those subjects where people get it misconstrued, okay? When you say something like someone says, "Hey, will you take out the garbage?" And you say, "Oh God, not again." Okay? People would say, "Oh, you took the Lord's name in vain." When you take the Lord's name in vain, it's something totally different. Even though in some contexts it could mean this, okay? If you don't say good God, that you're not edifying God, okay? Sometimes, in some cases, it means to just loosely throw around the name of God, which God is a title, it's not his name. He's got a name, okay? And that's open to interpretation and speculations. He has many names, many titles, okay? Most of the titles, if you state them as they are, the Most High, the Creator of heaven and earth, his descriptions are in these titles, in names, in aliases, in descriptive terms. But the true definition of taking the Lord's name in vain is to swear a vain oath to God and not fulfill it. That's why the Bible is totally against taking oaths, and that's why everything in this system, every single thing, everyone's got to swear all these oaths they don't uphold. This is taking the Lord's name in vain. When a guy lays his hand on a Bible and swears to tell the truth, and then he lies, okay? That is taking the Lord's name in vain. That's like when someone says, "Hey man, was that you that stepped on my cigarettes and crushed them?" And you say, "No, I swear to God," and you know you did it. That is taking the Lord's name in vain, okay? Saying "God damn it" or "God damn you," excuse that harsh terminology, but we gotta address it to get to the bottom of it. That is what you call condemning someone. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a good thing to do, okay? We should all fight to not say things like that. Or like, "Go to hell." Okay, that's just mean. And it's really, if God wishes no one should go to hell, then why should we? You know what I'm saying, too? If we want to be, more like our Creator and more in tune and in touch with Him, we should set ourselves apart as much as we can, as, God willing, as we can. Put as much of our bad behavior we've learned in these end times, in these unholy end times, as we can. We got to fight. We got to deprogram as we can, as it's revealed to us, or we become aware of it, because I've heard it my whole life, all these things, all these words, I know you hear me say them in these videos, and I really can't help it. It's just that deeply ingrained in me. It's hard to break out of it, so please forgive me, work with me here. Don't shut off the video every time I use harsh language, please. This is grown man business here. No kids should be on here. Unless, they got their parents' approval, you know what I'm saying? So, they should all be adults here. If you even embark down the path of watching my videos, please expect that there's going to be some real talk. Some of it's going to be offensive. A lot of it's going to be controversial. A lot of it's going to cause intense emotional response, harsh debate, bitter, what is it called? Ideology, cognitive dissonance. All these things I talk about are going to cause heavy contentions, man. It's not that I'm trying to be contentious or cause contentions. It's just anytime you start getting close to the truth, the bullseye of the truth, it stirs up the hornets, man. Basically, and everyone's on their paradigm is in danger of being rocked hardcore. So people get really harsh. They react very harshly. Don't be surprised if I get assassinated for some of these things I talk about. That's how closely people hold it to heart. It's kind of like John Wilkes Booth. They wanted to keep slavery so bad they were willing to kill people over it. That's how bad they believed in it. I mean, that's even in the Bible too. You know, they try to. I seen this new American translation where every time where it says servant, it says slave. When, all right, like it's like Benson on Fresh Prince. He's not a slave. He's a servant. There's a big difference between servant and slave. A servant either does it because of it's his will, or he's doing it for his wage. Whatever the case, he still serves his master. You know what I'm saying? Or his boss, in other words. You know what I'm saying? And people like to twist that up. You know what I'm saying? And try to say that we must be slaves to God, but no, it's not a slave. He wouldn't have gave us free will if he wanted us to be slaves. It's, look, I'm of my own free will and my own accord. I'm going to try my best to serve well. You know what I'm saying? For whatever my perceived wage or benefit, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the parable of everyone works for different times, but everyone at the end gets the same wage. This is how these things work. If you're into this, like, listen, there is no differentiation between the truther movement and the Bible, to my understanding, or even to all these occult mystery religions, because these are talked about in the Bible. So look, if you understand and hear a little bit about these things and have a common base understanding, when you hear about it in the Bible, you won't overlook it and miss it. It'll click. Everything clicks in together. You won't know, or you'll hear of a different religion and you won't realize it's the same religion described in another way. That's the thing about what Mystery Babylon is. It was a worldwide ancient NWO, and it's all the same thing, but in different countries it had different names for the same people. And I mean, people don't have this understanding in a lot of cases, especially those that just sit and get preached to in these churchianity churches. You know what I'm saying? They never touch the touchy issues, man. They're too scared of hurting someone's feelings or sparking up some controversy. When, I mean, look at Jesus and how much controversy he caused in his time, or any of the prophets. How much everyone hated the prophets, not because they were bad people. It's just because, you know, they were exposing them. You know, so it was like everyone tried to run away. Like, oh shoot, here he comes, let's hide. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a good. It's always sucks for the people who know at the time when they know, and in the future people get to look back on it and be like, damn, maybe that was the truth. Maybe that was real. Maybe, hey, I was meant to hear that, but at the time I didn't want to hear it. Now looking back at it, I wish I'd have paid more attention and not been so stubborn, and not think that I know everything, because no one knows everything anyway. That's just a good place to start, is just accept that I don't know everything. So hey, instead of blocking out things I hear, I'm going to at least hear them before I decide to discard them. I'm going to give it I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and hear you out. But listen, like I said, the balance is the scales in my heart. I'll weigh it on it, and if it doesn't weigh out right, it goes. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, a lot of these things, they flood in and out of you. It's the trickle down. Once again, the trickle down abilities also works in trickle down knowledge. You understand history, you understand mythology, you understand the mystery religion, you understand world history, your own history, Roman history, Greek history, Babylonian history, Egyptian history. These things trickle down into one another and help you understand the other things. But I mean, you can't be blown by the wind of every doctrine that you hear. The wind means tradition. I mean, it just, you can hear about it, but don't let the wind move you and blow you in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? You gotta deflect that and cling to what you know that is right.